Today we're exposing the 5 hidden psychology tricks that Starbucks uses to keep people spending more money. After this video, you'll definitely see your daily coffee run in a whole new light because you'll learn how Starbucks uses subtle tricks to influence our decisions. So the first psychology trick that Starbucks uses is creating a sense of your third place. And what I mean by that is imagine it's a rainy day and outside is cold and gray. But inside the Starbucks, you're greeted with that warm music, fresh aroma of coffee, and a buzz of conversation. It almost acts like a home away from home, and inside is really comfortable. But Starbucks actually has carefully crafted this environment to fulfill a basic human desire of belonging. The cozy charm, warm lighting, and even the free Wi-Fi is all by design to make you stay longer. They want you to stay inside, relax, and make that space a part of your daily routine. But it's really not about comfort. It's about the longer you stay, the more likely you are to buy a drink, snack, or a bag of coffee beans. And this strategy turns a visit into a whole experience. And it emulates a warm and comfortable feeling. And that feeling is what keeps people coming back for more. So the second tactic is personalization. For example, when you walk up to the counter and give your order, the barista asks for your name. And then a few minutes later, you hear it called out and it's even written in bold letters on your cup. This is a small gesture, but it feels personal and special, even through a busy and noisy environment in Starbucks. It makes us feel valued in a crowd. And I don't know about you, but this definitely works on me. It's actually called the cocktail party effect, where our brains are literally wired to notice our own names. And Starbucks knows it and leans into it. It makes us feel special and important, and it makes the experience more memorable. So let's talk about customization. When we order something at Starbucks, we could customize our own drink, and it makes us feel like we're co-creating our perfect beverage. This is actually called the IKEA effect, where we value things more when we've had a hand in making them. Although it's so simple, it makes getting that cup of coffee way more rewarding. And it actually increases attachment, loyalty, and our willingness to pay more. All of this is a form of customization, and it's a deliberate tactic that Starbucks uses to boost both satisfaction and repeat visits. And then the third tactic is premium pricing. I don't know about you, but I feel like a cup of coffee at Starbucks is way more expensive than it should be. And it's really not about the quality of the beans, because Starbucks actually uses it as a tactic. And they use the price to signal quality and exclusivity. When you pay more, you actually believe the product is better, even if it's not. And Starbucks reinforces this perception with stories about ethical sourcing, artisan roasting, and the overall Starbucks experience. It's like buying a designer brand, where it feels like a badge of honor to have a Starbucks coffee. It's like being in an exclusive club, and it makes you feel special. So the fourth trick, in my opinion, is the most interesting because it shows how specific Starbucks gets with its psychology tricks. And this trick is their menu design. Next time you go to Starbucks, take a look at the menu and you'll notice that the most popular items is front and center, and this is called center stage effect, where our eyes are naturally drawn to the middle, and it tricks our brains in thinking that those items in the center are more important, popular, or more desirable, even if they're objectively not better. Starbucks creates their menu where we are subconsciously guided towards certain products, which boosts sales without us even realizing it. Additionally, Starbucks uses something called decoy pricing on the menus, which make the larger cup sizes seem like a better deal. And this is something that I've definitely fallen victim to. For example, the other week when I was in Starbucks, I wanted to get a tall size cup, but I realized the grande only costed a tiny bit more, which really nudged me to buy the bigger cup size. Also, have you ever noticed that there's no dollar signs? That's an intentional psychology trick to make the prices feel less like real money. And this causes a reduced pain of paying for that coffee cup. It's honestly crazy how carefully crafted the menu is in order to influence our decision in ordering more and also maximizing our spending. And it's engineered to guide our eyes, downplay the money, and make upsells feel like a natural choice. And the last trick is taking advantage of the natural human feeling of FOMO. Yes, the fear of missing out. For example, every fall the pumpkin spice latte returns, and for some reason this generates a whole wave of excitement. And Starbucks is a master at creating the FOMO and buzz around it. When I was in the elevator the other day, I literally overheard people talking about the pumpkin spice latte. That's how good it works, and it causes people to talk about it, creating demand to try the latest offering before it disappears. And it makes it feel like a special event every time you visit. So those are the five psychology tricks that Starbucks uses, and I find it really interesting how a coffee shop became a global corporation by using these tactics to influence our decisions to spend more money without us even realizing it. I will say though, although it worked in the past, due to changing market dynamics with bigger emphasis on quickness, cheapness, and convenience, Starbucks finds themselves needing to adapt. Maybe I'll make a video on how Starbucks is changing their business strategy to align to the current market needs. But if you like this content, like and subscribe, and comment below if you ever realized or heard of any of these tactics.